have bloopers.
Hey everyone, it's Lisa and Carla here. We're joining you for an end of leg one travel road trip update. So thanks for joining us, and we got lots to tell you. So grab a cuppa, grab your stitching, and sit back and listen.
Okay, so before we jump in with both feet, I know that most of you have seen Lisa and I because we've talked about the leg and our road trip happening, but I do want to take just 1 second to thank our moderators, Jamie Johnson and Karen Janet. You've probably seen them posting. They have done a fantastic job, and I just want to say thank you to them because we would not be where we're at on the road trip without their help. They have been phenomenal. So Karen has been helping you with your ride, your passports, and sweeping your camping. And Jamie's been running that shopping thread like she is a shopping champ. So without them, so if you see them, make sure you tell them thank you for all their hard work. And we want to talk about leg one and all the stuff that happened because this has been a phenomenal event. I just have to say, and I'm really excited about it because I'm just really excited about it. So, and I've been hearing a lot of feedback from people. They're excited. They're having fun. We've done prizes. So I said, Lisa, let's do a video and talk about leg one and get people ready for leg two because that's coming up. So leg one, we did 5 shops. We did 1 campground and we did a sightseeing. And during all of that event, we had a game night at Lori's Luxury RV. 94 people attended the game night. I think that if you read the posts on that event, it was hilarious. Some people got arrested by the cops. Some people were eating the cookies. Some people were painting the walls with chocolate. At least we think that's what the brown stuff was, but we won't go there. Lots of fun.
We're loving that you guys are living the story with us. So keep it up. We love the story. We love the role playing. It's brilliant. It's fantastic.
Yes, it makes it so much fun. So, and I like the numbers part. So we ended up our travels and we have currently 3 groups going. We have our tramway hiring team that just finished up. And so to give you some numbers with that, 9 of our travelers have finished their they were part of the first week that checked in and they had completed. They hired 68 workers at 500 stitches a worker. That is 34,000 stitches. 9 people did 34,000 stitches. How amazing is that?
Congratulations, guys. And they got a really cool tramway badge for that. The scrapbook is where all these badges go. It's like your little travel diary. So every time you do an event or something, there'll be a badge to pop in your scrapbook if you earn it.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And we currently have flower planters that are out there. So far, I could say we have 51 flower planters that are out there beautifying the tramway. And that doesn't finish until on the 30th of January at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So for every 500 stitches those flower planters get, they will earn a raffle entry. So that's exciting.
And if you are a flower planter, keep going with your flowers. Should you decide at some stage you've had enough of planting flowers, you've reached 500, you don't have to keep doing flowers until the end of the session. It's your choice when you stop, but you cannot stitch after the end time.
Correct. Right. So, and if you are a flower planter and you haven't done your passport yet, feel free to jump in to do your passport event. That is absolutely fine. We just wanted to make sure we left a little bit of parts of ourselves behind. And I'll bet you some of those flower planters are going to end up earning a badge too when it's all said and done.
They will.
And we have currently, and that is as of 8 p.m., 66 focus stitchers have checked in at the final leg checkpoint. Now, You say, well, what's a focus stitcher, Carla? Because I had all kinds of questions about the focus stitcher. I got to keep you guys on your toes. If I don't keep you on your toes, you're going to tell everybody else what we're doing. And so you can't tell, well, I'm hiring tramway workers just to hire tramway workers, because that person that's in your Zoom room may be smelling the roses. Yep. You never know. So our focus stitchers have been our stitchers that have come in over this past week. And they will continue to get this special focus assignment. And what they are doing is they are picking one whip that they can focus their stitches on. So I am seeing this big growth, and people are picking some gorgeous projects. I've seen wonderful finishes. I'm so excited. If you have a finish, let me tell you, make sure you go to the main group. There's a finishing thread that you want to put your post on so that everybody in our group can celebrate with you. Plus you earn yourself a raffle entry, and you might be selected by one of the admins to be our highlight for the next month. So definitely want to put it over there.
In the main No New Starts group, the group that we started from, the travel group is just a little aside of the main group.
Correct. So we have, because I like the numbers. Out of all of those people, that's 126 people that have checked in as of 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, actually, yeah, it's 8 p.m. for me. It's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. These time zones, they throw me all kinds of which way. So we had 126 people check in, and they are eligible for our NEEDLEWERKES drawing, which we will do in a few minutes. But I want to tell you, out of that, we have already collected 472 balloons were sighted at our sightseeing in Albuquerque.
Cool.
That means we've had a total of 47,200 stitches as a group between 126 stitchers. It just boggles my mind, because we did 100 stitches for every balloon we saw, and you all rolled your dices, and we've seen everything from 1 to 6. And a couple people did 15 balloons because they wanted to be a little bit extra, and that's okay. I love extra. Out of all those people, I went and looked, and I checked to see who collected all 10 camping setup items. We had
one. You only had to get one.
Correct. You only needed to do one. If you collected all 10, you earned 5 raffle entries. So that's the bonus of collecting all 10. If you didn't collect all 10, when you get to your next campground, work on what's left. And if you want to stay and do all 10, you can. So you just can't do more than one per campground. So you can't do 10 firewood in one campground. You can only collect firewood once at each campground. So out of everybody that has gone through the camping, 95 people completed all 10 of the camping setup, and they had a wonderful camp setup. I tell you, they were walking in the park, they were floating in the pool, they were emptying the loo, collecting firewood, having all kinds of fun. I've been seeing updates going in your scrapbooks, which is fantastic. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, there is a camping setup album in the albums, and there is also a shopping LNS album that you can pull the pictures to put into your own scrapbook, so you can keep your inventory of what you've shopped for, and you can kind of keep track of what your camping items are that you've collected.
Now on that, so when you do your camping things, the 95 people who've done 10 items should already have 10 items in their photo album now. Some people are doing little subcategories and putting them under them. That's great. You can organize your album however you want to. But what we recommend is that as you progress, there's more and more campsites coming. You won't want to put another picture of the toilet in. Just add a comment under your picture of the toilet saying, I stitched the toilet at this campsite. I stitched my third toilet at this campsite. So just make it a list. You don't have to keep putting the picture in and end up with this album full of 20 toilets. And the same goes for your shopping.
That's great. Great idea.
Yep, the shopping thread.
Yep, absolutely. And I think I put in mine like my inventory, 1 of 1, 2 of 2, because you may trade it in at some point. If you end up with multiple, you're responsible for your inventory. We keep an inventory. We have a spreadsheet. You're not going to get one over on us. But we do have a spreadsheet, but you keep your inventory because there may come a time you might want to trade that for something pretty special down the pike.
We have more
we can't-
surprises coming. Carla's brain is constantly working. And on that, guys, don't get stressed. We want
Yes, please
you on
don't.
your toes. The
Mhm.
basics of the game is the same as we continue through the year, but all the pop-ups and random things that get thrown at you are designed to keep you on your toes. And they're always
Mhm.
optional, but just remember that you might have a different path to someone else, and that's fine.
Correct. So, and that's the fun part. Like we have three groups on 3 different paths.
Mm.
And people were asking like, what's a focus stitcher? Am I a focus stitcher? If you don't know what it is, you're probably not been designated that you are in that path. And it gets exciting. I know when I post an update that say, hey, this is what's going on, people get really excited, but slow down. Read what I'm posting, because if you slow down and read it, I spell it out as to who is doing what. So I have to be able to address, kudos to the tramway workers. But if you're smelling the roses and you're focus stitcher, you're still plugging away on your things because you haven't met your end date yet. So we've staggered the stops to help. One, it helps our moderators to be able to do the sweeps. And 2, it helps us to really gauge how fast people are coming in, who needs an upgrade. Oh, we did upgrades this leg, Lisa.
I know we
did administrative upgrades.
They all got upgraded to an RV.
Those tramway workers were busy bees. They earned a luxury RV. They're going to be test riding that in the next leg and see how it goes, because we want you to be challenged. We want you to have fun, and we don't want it to be stressful. And because we want it to be fun, we decided to open up for the Saggin' Wagon. That was just another thing. What's the Saggin' Wagon? The Saggin' Wagon was designed so that those people that just were so jealous of the rest of us having all this fun that they wanted to join in, we didn't want to leave them in the back of the pack. When leg 2 comes out, we wanted us all to be together. So the pop-ups and things are really directed by where the bulk of our pack is at. So where is the travelers at? Where are we flowing to? That's why we wanted to kind of keep us somewhat together. So we come up with the idea, let's get the Saggin' Wagon to pick up people and take them to leg 2 so we can all start at the same time. You're not going to see the Saggin' Wagon again, I fear. So take advantage while you can that it's out there. There is a hindrance to the wagon. You miss shopping. You're not eligible for our NEEDLEWERKES raffle this time, because these are for people that completely did the check and did all their stitches. But it does get you to the group where the group's going to start again really soon.
And we have 2 types of people who are on the sagging or eligible for the Saggin' Wagon. You either are one of the really new joiners that has just joined and completed their ride. You have to do your ride first. You can then just jump straight on, get a ticket on the Saggin' Wagon, and it will express you through to leg 2. Or you are someone who has not yet left the campground because real life has gotten in the way, or things going a bit slow for you, and you're going, oh, I really want to catch up. Well, then this is the chance for you. If you are someone else who's just slowly plodding along, enjoying your time, keep going. You do not have to start leg 2 when it gets released. You can start at any time you want. We will still take care of you in leg 1. But as Carla said, the bulk of the pop-ups and the fun events are based around where the paste stitches are at, where the bulk of the group is at. The paste stitches are right on the money. So it's really good having them to keep an eye on. So yeah, join us. We will take care of you.
Even have the voluntary upgrade.
Yeah,
we will, because we want everybody included. We said that from the very beginning. Regardless if you're a beginner stitcher or you're a master stitcher, we wanted everybody involved from the very get-go. And so we are helping people along. If you have questions, there's chats. All of our moderators and our admin team have selected our chat room based off of who we album check. So there's chat groups out there to ask questions to. They're there to support you. That is in a smaller group. If you don't want to post a question, there's question threads if you want to post a question. So I was going to tell you something. Oh, I even did a voluntary upgrade. That's where I was going to say. So the voluntary upgrades are out there. Those threads don't stay open for long. So if you're considering that, hey, you know what? This wasn't as hard as I thought it was. I think I can bump it up. Make sure you find that thread and post that you want to upgrade so that we get you upgraded before the next leg's released. Because once that thread goes away and it gets closed down, you never know when it will open up again. It may be a while. Let's see.
Okay, I think it's probably time that we do our NEEDLEWERKES drawing.
I think it's time to do the NEEDLEWERKES. So,
all right, hold on. I got to find the right spreadsheet to open for you.
You find the spreadsheet. I'll find the number generator thingy. So let me tell you, while I'm pulling up my random number generator, we are doing 1 to 126. So let me tell you about NEEDLEWERKES. NEEDLEWERKES was our second stop on our first leg of travel. And I had reached out to her, to the shop owner, in order to purchase a gift certificate for one of our lucky travelers that successfully completed leg 1. She was so excited to hear about our event that she is giving a $20 gift certificate to anyone, to our winner of our leg 1 event. And also shared with me that she couldn't figure out what was going on, but over the last 2 weeks, she had noticed an increase and they have had record number sales. And she thinks that we may have been played a big part of that. So that I get goosebumps. I don't know about you guys, but I get goosebumps thinking about the effect that this group is having on our local needle shops. These are brick and mortar shops. NEEDLEWERKES does not have a big online presence, but she is super nice, super friendly. And whoever our winner is, I will give them your name. And all you have to do is go to their website and contact her, tell her what you want. She will get it for you. She will send it to you, and she will include that $20 gift certificate to make it official because of how they do their business. So let me know if there's ever any problems, but I'm super excited. And this is a gift from one of those shops that we all went and visited. So how exciting is that? I'm just blown away. And she was so excited to share with us. So, okay. All right. Enough of me gushing, but I hope that I'm just really excited to see what we can do in the next leg and what shops we can impact. In YouTubers, I know that I've heard from some of the floss tubers. I've been out there and I've seen, hey, the travel group sent me, NoNewStarts 2022 sent me. So fantastic. I'm loving seeing those comments. When I go visit, I look to see if other people have been there, and I make sure I leave a comment. So thank you for visiting those floss tubers. Leg 2 is going to have a whole new group open up for you to visit. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Lisa. Are we ready for me?
And then I will share my screen to show you who the winner is.
Okay. So I have random, where am I at? I have the random number generator from 1 to 126, and I'm going to click. Did I click generate? 99.
Number 99. Here we are. We're in alphabetical order. Can you see names?
I can see names.
All right. Number 99 is, it's Ariel.
There you go.
Congratulations, Ariel. You are the winner of the gift voucher. So well done.
All right. So PM me your information, if you would be so kind, so that I can give that information to the young lady at NEEDLEWERKES. And you have earned yourself a $20 gift certificate.
Congratulations. Just for playing. Isn't that cool?
I'm so excited. So we have given away 2 pieces of fabric this leg. We have given away a $20 gift certificate on this leg. And we have had 2 Lucky Dip people go into the Lucky Dip album for the travel event in this leg. So it was a short leg. You guys are putting the bar high.
Now, on that, I'm going to interject for a minute. It was a short leg. It was designed as a short leg specifically so that you could get used to how the game was going to play and also so that we can iron out any bumps. We are humans, right? We are just normal stitches like you playing the game. And sometimes we do have typos and little errors that happen. And we appreciate knowing about them, but keep in mind that, you know, the modmin team do this voluntarily, so that everyone can have so much fun. And
my stitch count went down a little bit.
yeah, because we were doing a lot of adminning stuff, you know, and so different things happen. We're loving the fact that you guys are patiently waiting for the shopping spins, and you really don't ever have to wait more than about 8 hours, I think. But we're going to be keeping going with that. Jamie, we had a name for it, but I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look it up. We had a name for Jamie being the shopping.
We did.
It'll be in the chat.
Concierge or something. It was
concierge.
very.
And yes, and well, I think Karen's actually the concierge because she's the one who looks after camping. That's
right.
Carla is the travel director, and
that would be me.
Yeah, and I'm just gopher. But that's all right. We're having fun too. We really are. So a couple of pointers from leg 1 that we wanted to point out to you is the setting up your thread is really important. Follow the pinned post. We are going to shuffle it for leg 2, and we're going to get you to put your travel first, and then it'll go in the order that things happen. It's really important. You don't need to tag us for anything in particular, but it's important you go to the correct post when you need a moderator. So if you finish your shopping, you go to the shopping thread. It's the same shopping thread. If you finish your camping, I'm not sure if you do anything with the camping.
We're not reporting that because actually when we go through the shopping thread, we know when you've left the campground, and Karen is going and she is sweeping your camping. That's why it's really important to be putting it under those sections, because different people are checking different parts of your travel thread. And if you mix and mingle them, we can't find it. It gets confusing.
It takes longer to do, and you know we want to get some stitching time done too. And then the third thing, I'm going to share the screen so that Carla can talk about what you meant to do with the itinerary.
Okay, so the first leg, a lot of people were confused about the 7 travels. That's because there was 7 slots. Guess what you're looking at now? This is leg 2, everybody. It is much longer. You actually have 40 stops on leg 2. So you're going to have 40 out of 40 stops. That means there is 40 lines with something for you to do. Whether you are traveling to the campground, we added some travel stitches in there, traveling to the sightseeing. The reason why is because some people were getting confused about doing registration stitches and thought they were travel stitches. So, and it did make sense. Like if I'm going to leave a shop, I need to travel to get to the next place. So we did add that into leg 2. So gives you an idea. We are having a shop pop event in leg 2. There's going to be pop-ups that flow into there. We're doing lots of sightseeing. This is your route and your actual miles. And there will be, this obviously isn't the whole thing. This is just a picture for you. So don't get excited. Don't take a screenshot. Think you're going to be ahead of the game, because you're not. This is just to tell you, you must follow it in order. The reason why we have you follow it in order from the very top down to the bottom of the list is because our pop-ups happen based on where you're at in your travels. And if you're bouncing around, I can't track where you're at to know, and my pop-ups won't make a hill of beans of sense if you're not where you're supposed to be. So we want you to follow in order so that we know where you're at. We don't want anybody getting lost. And we want to make sure we're giving you enough fun along the way. It's very important when you go across that line, your travel, if you're traveling 350 miles, that you're following that line across, and there will be like an additional notes or special notes section on your itinerary. Read those notes. That is for your travel, or if it says something specific for a shop, like, I don't know, if you're whip has a flower on it, maybe you get 100 stitch deduction. That comes off of your travel stitches, not typically off your shopping unless it specifically says that you got a 50% discount on your shopped item. Something like that, which you might see. Not saying you won't see. You never know what kind of things will happen on our travels. So it's important.
Yeah.
Follow it in
Plus,
order, top to bottom.
As you're going through, a good practice is that you don't have to stitch for your shopping item at the time you get it. But I would suggest you stitch it at your next campsite so that you never have more than about 5 shopping things to do at once. So
right
as you go, try and catch them up. There's three or four campsites in this leg. This leg is a lot longer. Now, we did say at the front of the piece our estimated guesstimate of how long we thought the first leg would take. And you guys stitched so much faster, which was wonderful. So we revised that, and it was very disheartening to have a couple of people have a go at us about, but you said we'd have 4 to 6 weeks. Well, yeah, we did say that that's what we thought it would take, but
we really did think that that's what it would take.
It's a fluid game. And so, this next leg is going to take a couple of months to get.
Yep, we're anticipating 12 to 16 weeks. That if you are in your correct stitching pathway, you've got the right for your stitching style, it should take 12 to 16 weeks. If you're flying through and you're getting this next leg done in 5 weeks, you're in the wrong ride. You need an upgrade. But guess what? This next leg is long enough that I'm going to see how fast you're going. And I got leg 1 to confirm how fast you can go. And you may get upgraded before the end of the leg. So,
yes. So anything can happen. The whole travel is at the travel director's discretion.
Anything can happen. And I love that. I hope you guys love that too.
And it's not a race.
It's not a race. And you've done so well with the stitching that I'm introducing a new and improved portion of leg 2 that I think we're all going to love. I'm giving you all a credit card.
Yay.
Yep, a credit card. Not for real, you're not spending my money, but I'm going to give you a credit card option. And the credit card is for you to continue to, if you have that little oopsies, because I saw a lot of them. Oh man, I stitched 300, I only needed 200. Well, guess what? Now, not only does your whip love you, but you'll be able to take those extra 100 stitches and add it to your credit card balance. Now, what am I going to do with a credit card, you ask? I will tell you when it's time. You just keep collecting and get a balance on there, because we don't want anybody going into debt for stitchy stuff.
No.
But we want to see you collect your balance. Now, those are for oops stitches that you're over. That is not for you to sit and go, I'm just going to stitch 1,000 stitches and put it on my credit card. That's not how it works. If you're stitching for something and you accidentally go over a few stitches, those are the stitches that go. Nobody goes accidentally 1,000 stitches over their count. Nobody does that by accident. So I won't credit that. You will be responsible to keep track of your credit card. So not my responsibility. It's your responsibility.
And we will give you a file that tells you how to do that. So look for the credit card file. It'll have the step-by-step what you need to do. Okay, so don't ask us about it when you hear this video. Wait till the file comes out.
Yes, and I can't stress enough. Read the file, slow down, read it again, slow down. I know it's exciting. Everybody took off like they was a horse at the races when we left out of leg 1. It's not a race, guys. It really isn't. It's a journey, and we want to do it all together and have all the fun. And I think you've gotten a taste of what spins in Carla's brain and comes out. I mean, you guys are in for so much this leg. It's going to be so fun.
The big question on everyone's brain, when is leg 2 launching? Well, we're not telling you. But it's soon.
Not going to tell you. But it is very soon. And let me say this. If leg 2 launches before the end of smelling the flowers and the end date for the focus, just saying if it does, You have the option to continue smelling your roses. You have the option to continue your focus. You don't have to jump into leg 2 as soon as it releases. It is up to you and your comfort level. If you want to say, you know what, I need to take a week off. Carla has stressed me out and I just need to take a step back and I need to take a deep breath, regroup, print my stuff, get myself in order, and then I'm going to start my leg 2. Absolutely do that. We want you to do that because we want you to have fun.
And if you are still going in leg 1, that is perfectly fine. But you have to finish leg 1 before you can start leg 2. So if you have not joined the Sag and Wagon, and it's due to finish very soon, if you have not joined the Sag and Wagon, then you're going to have to stitch your way through the whole of leg 1 before you can move on to leg 2. And that's fine. You might want to do that. That's perfectly okay. You do you. Just do it in order. That's the one thing.
And, you know, we're not tyrants. We really aren't. If you really, truly feel like maybe you bit off more than you can chew and you don't want an upgrade, but maybe you feel like you need a downgrade, reach out to myself, reach out to Lisa. We're the 2 primary admins for the travel leg. We will look at your travel history, we'll evaluate it, we'll discuss it, and then we will decide if we want to award you a downgrade. It's not a bad thing. It just means that maybe you started off thinking it was going to be easier than what it has turned out to be for you, and that's okay.
Now, I just want to share something else before we finish. This is an important point. Here is our No New Starts 2022 page, and this is the featured section. All our important stuff goes into the featured section. So any announcements from any of the admin team you'll find in the featured section. And the reason I'm looking here, I'm not finding it so far down.
There's a lot in there.
Here we are. Travelers, be sure to comment here when you've gotten to your final checkpoint. I wanted to point out what Heather has done. She has actually got a copy of a link from her post and put it there for us. That is so helpful. If you are someone who knows how to do that, to link your post and put it there, we would really appreciate that because we just click there and it takes us to your thread. Otherwise, we have to go, that's to show you, every time you check in or something, we've got to go to the event, we go into the leg, and then we've got to scroll through and we've got to look and go, okay, where's Lisa? And we're going to wait for the computer to load. And we scroll through and we scroll through. But if you click on these 3 dots here and you save that post, you will then be able to share it with us. So if you're able to do that, we would really, really, really appreciate it. It would be immensely good.
And once you have that saved post, those same 3 dots on, if you go to saved, those same 3 dots, if you click on it, it'll show up, copy link. That's all you need to do. So I thank you to everybody that's done that. That has been a huge time saver. And I've been able to sweep your travel threads and sign you off at the same time I'm sending you there for your special task. So it's been huge help.
How many travelers have we got, Carla? Do you remember off the top of your head?
We have a total of 223, I believe 224 at last count travelers, and 126 of you have checked in.
So there you go.
So, and there's still people shopping that are really close. Some people are still at the balloons. They just missed that 8 o'clock or 5 o'clock deadline, but you guys are so close. You're doing fantastic.
So leg one is still active. It's not finished.
I think there's 9 people. I had it written down. I think there's 9 people. Yep. 9 people on the Sag and Wagon that have purchased tickets so far. So,
they're sitting there enjoying their time. It's a lovely bumpy ride. Now, we are having a Sunday afternoon stitching session this Sunday coming. And I can't remember what time it's starting in your time zone because it's Carla's Sunday afternoon. It's my Monday morning.
Yes, so it's
an
5
event.
p.m.
Yeah.
my time, 5 p.m. Eastern. I think we put till 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern time. But, you know, I do know that we have some people in England that's a weird time for them. So I do intend to get on pretty early on Sunday. And so pop in and say hi, talk to me if you have questions. I'm happy to answer them if I'm there. Even if I'm not there, somebody else would be happy to answer your questions. So,
Sit with us. Join us. The Zoom link
right.
is there. We'd love to meet some more faces to put with the names.
Yeah,
you know,
we're trying to mix it up and put Zoom times at different times so that we can include all the time zones, because this is a global group and we don't want to exclude anybody. So,
all right. Well, we look forward to catching you then. Go and get this posted. We got stitching to do. And thanks again for all your participation. We are loving seeing you have so much fun. As I said, enjoy the role play. We get a kick out of it. It's hilarious.
it is so much fun.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.